was more and more things I just didn't know, and I think one of them was actually my fundamentals. So I feel like it's really helpful to have a really experienced coach, because it's rather than like a net all coaching, it would be more targeted at specifically what I'm lacking. So I'm really excited for
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what it's helpful for, and I'll try to focus on the things that are most transferable. So like yeah, I'll try to focus on the things that you'll be able to take into next set, but also all the time. Like there are you see the same people doing well set over set over set, and
Uh-huh.
like the way Dishope approaches picking what he's going to play and when he's going to roll,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't like is a skill that he carries over from every set. It's not like he only did that when he won Worlds. He still knows how to do that, and it's very impressive to watch. So we're gonna hopefully get to something like that in terms of how we're learning. All right.
I'm really
So I can
excited.
see. So I think, by the way,
Yes.
for your next stream, it should totally work.
Okay,
The
great.
Yeah, for this one, it should be fine if I just pop into your videos and I can actually
Oh,
stream on
amazing.
my end. And yeah,
Perfect.
if
Okay.
that
I
works.
sent you the VOD because like I'm sure you'd rather
Cool.
be in control so you can like skip
Sure.
bits and things. And
Yeah.
then I sent you the timestamp as well. So
Perfect.
well like it's a rough of when we started. So I will watch you.
Sounds good. Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, I must close everything so my PC doesn't blow up.
All right. Can you see
Okay.
this?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. So before we even go into
Okay.
this is a little exercise that I really like to do, which, first off,
Yes.
why do you think you placed as low as you did? Why do
Okay.
you like what do you what fundamentally is the issue?
I think
This is not a
I
trick question. It's not
mhm.
about like small things. It's about literally what is the issue.
So I think there were a couple of rounds,
Mhm.
maybe like 3 to 5, that I lost I shouldn't have lost in the mid game. And
Yep.
I made a couple of mistakes with itemization. And
Yep.
so I think the itemization was one. And then there was
Mhm.
also one round where I just had loads of items on bench and I was really
Yep.
dizzy. And
Yes.
then there was also like there was a timing where I really spiked. I hit the 3 stars. I had the board, and then but I didn't optimize everything, so I was like kind of stuck on the wrong fruit. I didn't have quite the
Yep.
right items. So I think that was the difference between coming second or third.
Cool. Yeah. So that's basically exactly right.
Okay.
At its very simplest, the reason you placed lower than you could have is because you lost rounds that you could have won.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there will be several different reasons that you lose rounds that you could have won. And
Okay.
I'll break them down into I'm actually going to slightly change how I share my screen so you can see what I write.
Oh, awesome.
Let me pull this out, let me pull this out, and let me pull my writing tablet out. Okay, so especially is my audio still fine?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So in terms of how could the different ways that you lose rounds that you could have win, I'll break them down and then we'll break them down one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are easier to fix than others, but understanding like because you're not actually losing all the rounds for the same reason. Okay,
Right.
so first I'll go in chronological order. The first one is is about role management. Role
Okay.
management. So there are you run into some situations uh where you actually had enough gold to hit what you want to hit,
Mm-hmm.
but you elected not to spend the gold. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting on like a Malphite 3 and like 57 gold and you roll one more time and you hit it, but you
Mm-hmm.
didn't do it fast enough, then you lose the round because you didn't have it. You lose the
Mm-hmm.
round for because you didn't manage your gold as well as you could have. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. 2. Um the second one I'll say is like vaguely like it's yeah, like, usually it's item misoptimizations or
Mm-hmm.
like item mistakes. So like this one you did mention.
Mm-hmm.
There's several different kinds of item mistakes. one kind of item mistake is taking an item augment when you're not supposed to.
Right.
And we'll go over that as well to try to get you to be able to spot where those exist.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is vaguely positioning. This is like kind of complicated, and I can't just tell you, or so, when people get quite good, they'll start moving around, and then
Yes.
you can't. There's no guarantee to get the best positioning.
Mm-hmm.
But against a wide portion of the field, you probably can
Mm-hmm.
do better by a lot by having better positioning. But this is like will be a lower focus because cat won't exactly be around in this form in the next step probably.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 4 is your end game board. Your end game board is not as strong as it should be because of a variety of setup issues that happen throughout the game. So keep
Mm-hmm.
these 4 things in mind.
Mm-hmm.
We're mostly going to focus on 1, 2, and 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go to the first round. Now, in order to first go over the role management thing, it requires this is 3-2. All right, I'm full screen it. All right, cool. So this is the spot where I'm gonna mention the role management thing. So on 4-1, on 4-1, you lose this fight by a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that's always important to know, like obviously it's important to have knowledge in the game, right? And what the knowledge thing that's useful to know in the game right here
Mm-hmm.
is you really want to know what comes when you're going to open this chest right here. Do you
Right.
know off the top of your head what's inside this chest? You've
No.
already opened the one that either gives you like a unit or an anvil, and
Mm-hmm.
you've opened number 1 and 2, and the second one gives you a spat or a pen or 2 dupes. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what's in the third one?
No.
Okay, cool. So that one, if you want, yeah. So I'll tell you how to learn that one.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I assume you know what Little Buddy Bot is, right? Do you have it in your server?
No.
Oh, you don't know what it is? Okay, I'm about to revolutionize your entire life.
You know what?
So,
I think someone's mentioned it, but I
yeah,
don't know
okay,
what it does. Okay.
cool, perfect. So this, I'm pretty sure this is plus like 500 LP. I'm not even kidding. All right. So, Little Buddy Bot is a tool that a passionate designer makes.
Right.
Basically, on this website here, and I'll link it to you,
Thank
there's a
you.
list of all the tables that you would ever there's a list of all the tables that you would ever need to have or to know
Uh-huh.
um because about any information in the game. So in
Uh-huh.
this case, what I'll say is it's useful to know what's inside the chest because what's inside the chest can be very different.
Mm-hmm.
And you would play a little bit differently based on what's in the chest. For example, if there's one component,
Mm-hmm.
then well, if there's one component, you usually want to like delay making some of your items to see what's inside to see what component is inside the chest, for example. Here,
Uh,
there's 2 possibilities, and I'll tell you what they are right here. Either it's like 16 gold
uh-huh.
or it's a full item anvil. And either of those things make your board stronger. And if you hit, and here's where what I'm getting at with like the role management thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the 16 gold, you actually have more gold to roll here, right?
Right.
But because you don't know that, you don't know that you want to look for it. So
Mm-hmm.
if you look in here, we can take a look at system table, and we have what treasure hunt. Uh, it should be somewhere in here. System table. All right, well, maybe not on that one. You might okay here. You might want
Augment
to add the
table.
other one to your server. It's probably in here somewhere. I literally don't know where to find it because everyone uses
No worries.
the
The
Discord
bot.
bot. I'm gonna yeah,
Also, if you
I'm
have the
gonna
bot, you just like type it and then the bot tells you.
yeah. So what I would type in is I would type in !treasure
Uh-huh.
in Discord, and I think I can just show this on my screen. Like I would
Ah.
type in !/treasure,
Uh-huh.
and then it would show me this. It would show me on stage 2, this is what's possibly inside. On
Uh-huh.
stage 3, this is what's possibly inside. On stage 4, this is what's possibly inside. So
Mm-hmm.
if I knew this, then I know there's a 50% chance I have 16 more gold than is actually showing in my spot. Which means
Mm,
you could have rolled more here to win the round. You might have won this round anyways.
I see.
Okay, you won this round. It actually didn't cost you anything because you won the round here anyways. But you could have lost that round, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that would gain you a placement there. So far, I actually thought up until here, you play the game without any meaningful mistakes. Up until here, the game was played near perfectly, in my opinion.
Okay.
So here's where the big some of the fundamental stuff kicks
Yes.
in.
Okay.
But before I go into that, not to like tease you or anything here, I want to quickly go over the exercise that I want us to quickly get to, which is make your ideal board at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I want to set this up is I want you to know what is the best possible like item setup you can get to, so that you can plan around getting to that item setup pretty much.
Right.
So here, you correctly know that this is like a good item setup on Cat, and then you want like some tank items on Rakan.
Mm-hmm.
What do you what do you want your board to look like at the end of the game for what the rest of the items are going to be? So like at this point you had, what did you have? You had, why can I not find the Edge Knight? Oh, Edge Knight is here. And then you have Bramble, what is it?
Redemption.
Bramble Spirit. Yeah, your Bramble Spirit Declaw, right?
Yes.
All right. What do you want your next 4 items to be, if possible?
I want 3-item Yumi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Util.
Which
So
items?
Void Morello or
Wood
some
Merlot, okay.
variation of that, and then a damage like Death Cap or Jewel Gauntlet.
Yep.
And then after that, in this spot, I would try and make better Rakan items and put the more traditional tank items on Leona.
All right, cool. That's pretty fair. I think you about have what the right priority is.
Right.
But here's what I'll say in terms of how to make your board stronger.
Yes.
So I'll tell you what ended up happening is you ended on a board with like you got to the Leona 2 eventually.
Yes.
But in this game is all about making sure you have everything as strong as, or it's about having the strongest possible board throughout the entire game, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what I see when I look at this spot is, okay, if I think through the augment, we'll take a look at the board. I think the board is like perfect item everything, right? And I have 1-star Yumi right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'll say. Water Lotus is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right about that one. On my board right now, I'm only missing one thing. I have, by this point in the game, you should have like you want all your carry items, and if you're playing a reroll comp, you usually have all your tank items too, right?
Yeah.
What are you missing from your board to make it strong?
What am I missing from my board to make it strong?
Mm-hmm.
7BA.
Yes, but you can't have that right now. Right now, you have corrosive here already, right?
Yes.
So you have corrosive, you have 3 tank items, you have 3 carry items. And in stage 4, which means people will have like their end game boards kind of online by now, right? So what I see is that you don't have anti-heal.
Yes.
Is what you're missing, right? So if we imagine, let's imagine what these things give us here. Item collector, we have 6 items right now, 20 health, like you get 50 HP and like 680 AP. That's okay. You elect to roll it. I actually would have been holding that one because I think that just like board wide buff is like pretty good, but I think holding this one is totally fine too. That's not a mistake. The mistake is here where you elect to take grab bag over Sunfire board. Sunfire board basically gives you exactly what you're missing here, right? And what you need to think about is obviously you also do want to get to 3-item Yumi, right? But right now the only thing, so here's what I'll say. If you're missing anti-heal, what's the best case that you can get out of grab bag, for example?
Like rod belt.
Yeah, you can get a Morello, but a Morello on Yumi is literally weaker than Sunfire board because this hits the entire board Yeah, this hits the entire board right at the start, and
Mhm.
it lasts long enough for like cat fights. These fights don't tend to go that long, so it literally lasts long. It just hits everything at the board all at the start, whereas Yumi has to like take a little bit, cast, and then she hits like 4 units, and it's not even the entire board,
I
right?
see. Uh-huh.
So, and there's also no guarantee that you're going to get an anti-heal item.
And I
In fact,
didn't.
if you're
Yeah.
sitting here, yeah, if you're sitting here and like if you get just a random damage item on Yumi, which is like what you get on average,
Mhm.
it's not stronger than Sunfire board. So
Mhm.
we can see it's not stronger right now, right? Because Sunfire board kind of hits more units, right?
Yes.
And it's guaranteed versus being like kind of up to luck.
Mhm.
The other thing is we both you know that like Yumi is like a strong unit in the comp, right?
Mhm.
So because Yumi is a strong unit in the comp, you actually want to try to get in a situation you want to try to end on items that don't require Yumi to be holding the utility. That's how
Right.
you make your board a step up from this. So
Uh-huh.
if we take Sunfire board, our Yumi at the end of the game is going to be stronger, and it's also stronger right now.
Mm,
Does that make
mhm.
sense?
Mhm.
So because it's stronger now, and because it's also stronger later because we won't have to build Morello or red buff on
Mhm.
Yumi, that means it's like clearly the stronger choice in this
Right.
case.
I
Does that
see.
make sense? So
Yeah.
this applies more generally as well, right? Like if you're sitting here, no anti-heal, right? You have no anti-heal components, and trying to fish for them with items isn't like efficient,
Yeah.
then you would want to pick Sunfire board, right? To give you anti-heal. It's kind of a different so like I'll present to you a different situation here, right? Um a different situation is if you're trying to complete like more items on your Yumi because when you're making like the second and third item, that's more powerful than making the first and second item, right? So for
Yes.
example, if you had like anti-heal already and
Mhm.
like a rod,
Mhm.
that's actually really powerful because you can take what is it? You can take item grab bag and then complete your 3 item Yumi. That's
Right.
a lot stronger than taking like the Sunfire board in that situation.
Right.
Alternatively, that would also be stronger than even if you didn't have the red buff. If you had like half of Morello or red buff, and like 3 components, you would actually still want to take item grab bag to finish your 3 item Yumi right now because the name
Right.
of the game is this comp. You don't rely on winning. You don't rely on winning the game.
Mhm.
This should be like how you think about most comps. You're never really sitting here trying to win the game. You're trying to win as many rounds as you can, and
Mm.
that's usually how you maximize your placement. And then you worry about winning the game later.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why you would that's
So
and because of that, you just want to
mhm.
be as strong as you can throughout the stage.
So the mistake
Any
I
questions?
made is that the Sunfire board augment made me stronger now, whereas the grab bag
Yes.
didn't make me much stronger because I didn't even have any components or anything to work around. But in another situation where I potentially had other items left on my bench, it could have been a better augment pick there. So it's very much on the
Yes.
situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's all situation dependent, right?
Yeah.
Like this is actually like I think the weakest possible situation to be taking item grab bag. I'll say it as a general thing as well.
Mm.
I assume you have a perception that item grab bag is like fairly good. Item
Exactly.
grab
Yes,
bag
exactly.
is yeah, item grab bag. Did you play when augment stats existed?
No.
Okay, so you understand the concept of like 4.5. Like if I say 4.7, does that mean anything to you? Like in your gut or no?
Um, no, it's like I wouldn't know if that's good or bad. Is that good?
Cool, all good. Yeah, so 4.5 is exactly average,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
Uh-huh.
4.3 is quite good, and 4.7 is quite bad. I won't use the numbers. I won't use the numbers.
Okay.
Basically, on 3.2, item grab bag on average tends to be like a slightly above average augment. On
Okay.
4.2, it tends to be a slightly below average augment, and the reason why is because items are stronger to acquire earlier into the game,
Mm-hmm.
and in comparison, combat is stronger to acquire later into the game. Basically,
Right.
like you would actually have been quite happy taking these in the reverse order, for example, um,
Right.
like grab bag and then climb, but that's a separate thing. So
Ah.
to brush up on what we learned in this spot is of the things that make items good on 4-2, you have none of them. Your unit isn't itemized. It doesn't complete like it creates an odd number of components, which is worse than even, because if you had 4 components total, you can make 2 items right now and it's pretty good, right? But right now all it does is give us 1 item. It's on a Yumi 1, right? Not a Yumi 2. And we gave up anti-heal to do it on average. So that's what makes it kind of weak. That's what kind of makes it weak here. But if you can finish off itemized carries, right, that makes it stronger. If you're putting it on upgraded units, that also makes it stronger. And what else? If you had more components to work off of, or you had or it made an even number of components, those would also both make the item stronger. Does that make sense?
Maybe
Cool.
another
So, like-
scenario is like if it's 2-1 and you're looking for some direction. That also.
We can look at a situation like that, for sure. So this one, it didn't really apply to this game. Maybe applied to. Actually, I'll just talk about it in general, I guess.
Okay.
So, looking for some direction.
Is it not good to pick grab bag in those situations?
On 2-1, you can't see grab bag on 2-1. You can see like replication or something. It's not that it's bad. It's that I'm trying to break it down in a way that. Okay, I'll explain the fundamental concept of. I'll explain the fundamental concept of. What is it? Augments on 2-1 actually, because you asked that, and I think it'd be good to go over. So, augments on 2-1. Augments on 2-1. What are you supposed to look for when you take an augment on 2-1? Remember, you're trying to. The goal of the game is to win as many rounds throughout the game as possible, right? When you pick your augment on 2-1, what are you trying to accomplish at like a high level? Would you say?
You're trying to play around your opener.
You're trying to play. Why?
Like.
Or what are you trying to accomplish by playing around your opener?
Correct line selection.
What is correct line selection?
Like,
why is it correct?
If you have no pairs, no upgrades, then you should pick some sort of econ or ailing.
Why? That's right. That's perfectly correct. Why?
Because you're playing around your opener. I don't know.
Okay, so that's good. No, that's good. That you know a lot of what you're supposed to do. The reason why that's right is because trying to win with an item augment or with a comet augment is futile, basically.
Yes.
Right. So like if your units are weak, which is what you mean by playing around your opener, if your units are very weak, it doesn't matter if you pick a strong combat or a strong item augment. Your opener is still weak, so you're not going to be able to win enough to make it worth it, right? So you will pick something that's supposed to be good now, but it doesn't buy you enough wins to justify its cost, basically.
Right.
Whereas if you pick like econ or scaling or something, or like resources in the future, those tend to give you more rewards. So you're willing. So by giving up just a little bit more HP early into the game, you can get more resources later into the game, where hopefully you've gotten to a board that can win, and that will hopefully allow you to win more rounds in total than if you tried to win now with an item augment. Basically.
I see.
So yeah, so for item augments on 2-1, you want to take. So you said that item augments on 2-1 can be used for direction. They certainly can be, but the main focus should be like, what is on my board, and is my board worth empowering with items right now when you try to pick augments, when you try to pick item augments on 2-1. So for example, like I would be very happy, like if I have these 3 units, Mundo, Aatrox, Gnar, and no pairs, I'd be quite unhappy to pick replication or like item grab bag 1, for example. But if I had something like this, then I'm a lot if these are both upgraded and I have like Mundo Pair or something, then I'm a lot more happy to pick item augments instead of econ because these units are strong enough and do benefit enough from the items that when I pick the item augment, it's going to pay for itself in HP. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'll go back to where we were, and then we'll continue on the cat game because I think there are actually like a lot of interesting things to go over on the cat on the cat game actually.
Yeah, actually, it's quite interesting because I think the game fell apart at 4-2 as well.
Hmm.
So because I was like already stressed because I guess like I'm like quite someone that quite likes to stick to a plan, and
Hmm.
it felt like, I was obviously I had all of my chests still to roll and I got lots of gold
Yep.
from them, and I
Hmm.
ended up hitting like 4-3 quite fine in terms of tempo,
Yep.
but it felt like on 4-1, 4-2, I had very few copies, and
Yep.
I wasn't, I was missing the units, and then I think I was very stressed going into the augment selection, and then
Hmm.
I had to do all the rolling and then all the items. So I felt like I lost a bit of control of the game from this point.
Yeah, the turn will be very like these turns are not easy, and those will just come with practice, right?
Uh huh.
Like those will just come in practice, but also it becomes way easier to like because I think actually I'm gonna say something kind of revolution or not that revolutionary, but
Okay.
I feel like here what you were feeling was that you're losing for ways or reasons that you can't really understand, I think. Like, I get
Yes.
that feeling too. Like, I'm like sitting here, I'm playing my game, and then I just lose and I don't understand why, right? Like, I'm losing in a part of the game. Like, my stage three, I win stage two, I just lose all of stage three, and I don't know why I'm losing, right? Like, that happens before.
Yes.
In it, it almost, it, in like 75% or more of the cases, it's because you made a mistake somewhere that made you weak and you don't know why. So
Mm-hmm.
here, I actually know why. And the beautiful thing is, once you know why or where these mistakes are coming from, you're then back in control over what's happening in the game, right? So
Mm-hmm.
here's rule number one. I like to have some of these rules. Rule number one is if you take an augment that doesn't do anything, you're going to lose
Yes.
the rounds that immediately precede it. And that's exactly what happens here.
Yes.
Because we take this and then we don't make anything. The wider issue is even if we makes things like making stuff is better than not making stuff here,
Yeah.
obviously, right? If you take this, you want to make items, but there's two things, right? A, we literally made no items, which made us weaker, right?
Wait, I was
Uh,
stun locked. Chain,
yeah,
cloak, glove.
yeah. I mean, we have in this spot, the thing to unstun lock you is just aggressively use the reforgers. Like
Okay.
the refor just don't be afraid to use these reforgers when well when you're in a situation like this, I would say. And what I mean when I say like this is you already have all your tank items. You don't want almost any tank components for the rest of the game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like there once you get to 3 tank items, uh for a lot of comps, you don't need to be concerned with, oh, I might need this component for something later. You don't need to be concerned about that,
Yeah.
actually. So you can just start reforging the defensive components until you get Yumi items. The bigger issue is that the Yumi here is not at all strong until it is 2-starred and you get more frontline.
Yeah.
So even if that's like the bigger issue, but if this unit was a strong unit and we didn't make items for it, that'd be like an issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two things. Like A, if you're gonna take this unit and make items, B, you should avoid taking this augment here like this
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't quote unquote spike your board, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Sunfire board spikes your board a lot because it gives you like a big wave of power that you're able to fully utilize, right?
Mm-hmm.
But um the items do not, basically. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. You roll pretty fast. Get everything down this turn. This is good.
I don't level here,
Um,
right?
not leveling is fine.
Okay.
You definitely don't level without a Janna.
Yeah.
You could have had a Janna, and you
Yeah.
could have leveled.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in fact, it's like it's honestly pretty reasonable to level here. It's also it's okay to level here. It's also okay to not. There's like a lot of plays that like net you about the same amount of like or the same val. So if you level here, you give up some gold and you gain some HP on average, right?
Right.
And if you don't level here, you gain some gold on average, but you lose some HP. I think in this situation, those roughly equate to being about equal in value because you can
Mm-hmm.
use the gold for good stuff later into the game. So I don't mind either decision here, to be honest.
Okay.
A small thing, it's like really important because you might want to level next turn, especially if you win this turn. It's like important to just keep track of the. I mean, I make this mistake sometimes too. Just keep track of the number of Jaces you have because
Mm-hmm.
you want to be holding one Janna over the 4th Jace, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the
Yeah, I don't know
because if
why.
you don't have a Janna, the level up basically isn't useful. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. And here, if you did want to level next turn, which you might, you
Oh,
want
Kennen.
to like it's okay to play things that are a little bit unconventional on like these in between turns, like on
Mm-hmm.
level 7. Like you don't have like if you didn't have a Janna, what would you do? What would you want to play?
Kubuko. Maybe any
You can pick
protector
Buko.
then.
Yeah, any protector is cool. What do you think the best? Name me the best possible unit that isn't a 5 cost. That isn't
Kasante.
Janna. Kasante's good, yeah. I think there's one that's Kasante's probably the best. And then like second best is like Jarvan. Because you
Jarvan.
fill out these traits that kind of buff your entire team or buff your main tank. So that's good. Do you have anything like Kasante or Jarvan in your shop?
Um, no, but yeah, Kennen or Darius would have been fine. I think at this
Yeah,
point
both
I
of them.
already committed to leveling after Carousel. So
Sure,
I
that's
think
fair.
that's why I didn't buy
The
them, but I can understand why there's no harm in picking it up.
yeah, there's no harm picking up, and there's like no guarantee you'll have a Janna by 4 or 5, right? There's only one more.
Yes.
There's only 2 more shops before then, so it's I consider it like a pretty good habit to just if they're free to hold everything in your shop, especially throughout the early game because you don't know when they can come in handy basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you start reforging here, and yeah, like part of this, some of these things will basically come down. So like this one, you were pretty much gonna lose
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. There's like some positioning stuff you can do, but like oh, you actually could have gotten this guy
Yeah.
if you're other side, but
On the other side.
like the positioning will come and go. Here you take a rod. Yeah, rod is good. You level
Yeah, so
executioner.
here
That's fine.
was Strat better than Executioner?
Um, I think Strat is like a tiny bit better.
Mm-hmm.
You'd want to actually frontline your backline units here
Mm-hmm.
to both get the Strat shield and to activate climb the ladder
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of your units. So if you did that, it would be better. I don't think this is a big deal, to be
Okay.
clear. Putting in one extra executioner versus the Ziggs though. I think
Okay.
it's a rather small difference. That guy's on a crazy board already. Yeah. Okay. So maybe a unit like this will come up at some point in the future. A unit like Cat.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever play, I assume you're gonna play more on this patch, so I'll let you know about this anyways.
Yes.
When you're playing Cat, the Cat and the Rakan are positioned fine. I actually default putting the units like I default putting the units like this on this side. But like this is totally fine. This is totally fine as well. The
Mm-hmm.
thing that's not totally fine is Jace here is not totally fine.
Oh,
The reason
okay.
why is exactly what happens in this matchup, which is what you ideally want to happen is you want was it? You want where's Garen? All right. Let's say there's like a big tank, like a Cassante that's standing here.
Yeah.
If it's standing here, all right, our cat's gonna get stuck on it, right? If it's
Mm-hmm.
standing here, we have the capability of getting our cat to avoid it and get on their backline first before having to get on this guy. And the way the way that happens You don't even have you don't have Garen on the board. But the way that happens is you have to put some units here.
Right.
Because if you put units here, this will walk here. And then what tends to naturally happen is their front line will start to split in two.
Mm-hmm.
And when it splits in two, what happens is the units on the right stay on the right, and the units on the left stay on the left. So you get something that looks approximately like this. And if they're split like this, then after you kill these, you have a reasonable chance of getting to the back like here, right? You can end up here and then walk to the back line here as a result.
Right.
However, if you're positioned like this and there's no unit here, the Cassandra is just going to walk over to the left, and then you actually could get on this back corner, like on the Janna. But even if you get onto it, based on how the positioning is, just going to get stuck on the middle clump again. So if you watch what happens here, we just get stuck on the Cassante, and then it's unplayable.
I see. Because I thought that you do the two lines on either side when you have unstoppable. And I thought that I thought it was like unstoppable related, but I understand is how the nature of Cat's ability is why you
exactly.
do it.
And I think this actually should exist for every melee carry, actually. I don't know many that exist in this set still. Like Garen, Garen Hero is actually kind of useful to position like this. Vi Hero is kind of useful to position like this, because the main idea is volley is actually, like, technically there's like volley tech for this as well that I just thought of. Where you would position like volley here and like a big tank like this. And then you try to get their big tank to be stuck on the right side where your volley bear is running around on the left side, basically.
Right.
So for basically any melee tank, there's some value to splitting. It's really valuable on Cat because she kind of has like extended range over most melee units because of her jump, basically.
Yes.
So yeah, splitting like that is helpful in that matchup. You might lose that one anyways, but you would lose by a little bit less, which is useful.
Because like at this point, I'm starting to feel very stressed.
Yeah. This turn is rather hard. The way to make it easier is you want to what do you want to do?
Yeah.
The way to make this easier doesn't start here.
I need to level first.
No, it actually starts here.
Okay.
So after this round starts, there's nothing else you can do to win 4-6, right? The next round you can try to win is 5-1, right?
Yes.
So in your brain, you got to start thinking about what you will need to do. That's what you have to start doing. You need to think, what items, especially items here, what items do I need to find, and what do I need to be prepared to do on that 5-1 turn? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here you think, I have a bow, I have a cloak, right? I need to find anti-heal and shred, right? Those are the two things I need to find. So I'm looking for another bow and maybe a cloak, or another full void, or a Morello, right? Those are the things that you should be thinking about looking for here. And if you think about looking for them, what you should be doing is rapidly setting them aside on the neutral round for your item. So if you already thought through that, you would see, all right, I've got a spark. Can I find anti-heal somewhere? And then you're like, yeah, I have a spark and I have anti-heal. It's perfect. I have anti-heal and I have a spark. That's great. And then you can figure out what you want to do with the rest of your items, right?
Right.
And here's what I'll say. You spend a lot of time sitting here trying to optimize what your items are.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, you have 4 lives left, right?
Yeah.
Basically, you have 3 or 4. What is the point? What is the point of quote unquote optimizing your items? What's the value? No, I'm not saying it's not valuable. I'm asking you, what is the value?
Oh, what is the value? To be the strongest board you can possibly be.
Cool, yes. And what is that supposed to accomplish?
You win more rounds.
Yes, you're supposed to win more rounds. Now, it's good to understand that quote unquote optimizing your items, making the easiest, fastest set of items and the best possible set of items that you could get to the difference between those two usually aren't incredibly large. The difference is not that large, as well as say. It's not like you'll win or lose like all your fights because you didn't optimize your items here, right? That won't be the diff. Um, it will actually be in very close fights. Optimal items will do a little bit better, basically.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you in your 4 lives, there's a chance you might run into a very close fight and win a life as a result. I think it's pretty rare that it will make a difference in 2 of your lives, in my opinion. If you have 4 left. That's what I'll say. Usually if you have 4 lives left, it like doesn't it's often not more than 1 fight diff. The
I see.
problem with that is you have to compare it to what you're giving up. Because to find optimal items, you have to use a lot of time, right? And the time you take to find your optimal items literally costs you 1 life guaranteed here.
Yes.
Because, or not guaranteed, but it's like 60, 70, 80% chance that you lose a life because you can't spend enough time doing everything you need to do on this turn, right?
Yes.
And you only have 4 life. If you have 1 life, then well shit, whether there's no way we can like win anymore because we just lost our only life, right?
Yes.
It's still the same with 4, basically. Like 4 is 2. If you have like 9 lives here, yeah, you can say here sack a life to make best items, right? But if you have 4, the chance that it's worth it to spend all this time looking is pretty low. So what you should be doing here is you should actually immediately level and start rolling.
With the treasure chest.
Yeah, and roll for the treasure chest because there's actually guaranteed to be an item in this chest, which you didn't know, which is fine. But if there's an item coming up, you want to see what the item is, right? If you get a full Marlow, you don't want to make a Marlow, right? Or if you get like a full spark, you don't want to make a spark, things like that, right? So you need to do that first. And the big thing is you just need to go faster and not worry too much about. Don't be too concerned with worrying about your items. If you want to like learn from this item situation and do a good job, because like that's what we want to do, right? We want to do a good job while we're playing the game. Make everything fast and look over it after the game.
Right.
In a lot of situations like this, because in the game, your most LP comes from doing the stuff now and getting the items made. And then the way you improve or learn is you look back at it after, pretty much. And like, there's not much to do in queue anyways, right?
So like looking now, I think I make Spark Red Archangel and then just leave the anvil. Like, would you have done that? Like Spark Red Archangel level.
I would
7 BA.
I would snap slam Spark Red. I would have actually removed I would have actually started refruiting here already.
Right. Yes.
Or you at least remove the fruit off of the recon, because you should be likely to find. Okay, you kind of have to do some like keep tracking to know how many items you're getting here. I actually wouldn't expect that. I think that's a little bit too difficult. But you could like remove this already, or if you didn't want to, which is fine, you would remove it at the start. The moment you see it, like I would. Okay, you can like bench the recon, and then the moment you see a shred, you just remove her on recon to save save action.
I see. Yeah.
So then at the start of this turn, I would, once I see this, I would snap, even if I got to here, I would snap remove the recon, and then like the fruit, and then I would level and I would roll. I would also, while I'm leveling and rolling, be slamming Spark and Red at the same time, and then I'd be rolling everything else. And then after my turn is close to done, I would pop the anvil to see if I can get Rabadons, because I think Rabadons is a better item than Archangel. But Archangel's not bad.
I see.
Yeah, that's what I would do here.
So fruit level roll, make the bakeable items, and then because I could have hit Yumi too, and like so I definitely needed to do the level and roll first, see what's in the chest. And then
these like 5-1 turns and 4-1 turns will very often be like kind of difficult even in the next set. They'll be difficult to do. You're gonna have a lot of things that you need to do, and like having like a set, you can like do whatever order you want. I recommend items go later because like items is actually the latest thing you're allowed to do. Like if you hit Yumi 2 5 seconds after combat starts, it doesn't do anything, right? But you
Mhm.
can slam a Rabadon's 5 seconds after the combat starts and it's totally fine, right?
Mhm.
So items should go last, and then all the other things that you need to do should come a little bit earlier. If
Mhm.
if your bench is full of anvils, that's like the annoying thing where you have to like start popping them because you don't have bench space. But
Mhm.
other than that situation, you'd want to you'd want to
Level and
level,
roll. Mhm.
roll, then do items at the end, basically.
Mhm.
And that's not to say you can't be doing anything useful related to items here. You should be thinking about what the item should be and even placing the items together on your
Mhm.
bench, right? Like you would drag them and reorganize them such that they're right next to each other and that they're easy to slam.
I
So
see.
like if we go through so like I would put put the cloak lower. I would swap it with the reforger so like look, I have a spark, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. All right, cool. So working on that because I think this cost you a round.
Yeah. I think definitely.
Yeah, that one cost you a round, and then all right, cool.
So basically, it was
Um,
basically a 2-round transition when I could have done it in
yes,
1 round. Yeah.
yeah, and those are the steps you need to take to basically get it off and run. It's not easy in 1 round, but like it's not all just straight APM, right? You could have the fastest APM in the world if you're doing things in the wrong order and starting too late and not thinking the turn before, you just won't get it off,
Yeah.
right? But if maybe if like you're normal speed, you can actually still get everything done as long as you are planning the turn well and doing things in the right order, basically.
Mhm. Are you reforging the horizon? Yeah.
No, I think the horizon is good.
Okay. Because I had unstoppable. If I
Yeah.
had missed unstoppable, are you reforging?
Yeah. My attitude for like situations like this, where like I'm endgame and I get a random artifact, right, which
Yeah.
is like pretty like it's not that common, but it happens in a situation like this. My philosophy is I will keep anything useful
Okay.
unless my comp has a lot of hits. And when I say a lot of hits, I mean like some comps like you have to look at the items that exist in the pool. So if we look here at like the ore items, a lot of these are not good. Like Hydra's terrible. Like you can't get the econ ones, I think. Like Blighting's good, Dawn is okay. Honestly, I think you're actually totally allowed to reforge
Okay.
these because there's like good hits on Cat. There's like decent tank hit. You're allowed to reforge it. I think the Horizon is pretty good in this spot. It passes my bar.
Mhm.
Um, but as a the easy like safe rule to follow is if it's useful on your board, you keep it.
Okay.
Basically, if you what was the other? The more complicated rule is you're like you never like reforge all of them or reforge 0 of them, right? Like that there'll always be like some bar
Right.
that where if like it's below the bar, then you would either reforge it or keep it, right?
Mhm.
For comps that can use more of the good items, the bars the bar like the strength bar is higher. Like I'm willing to reforge like here I think you can even reforge the horizons because like there's pretty good hits on Yumi, there's good tank hits, and there's good hits on Cat,
Right.
and like they're all reasonably strong. But in comps that have very few of those,
Mhm.
you just keep anything useful and you wouldn't want to reforge it, for example.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think that's the big thing.
Okay.
To take away from here.
Mhm.
All right. So here is the other general concept that I think is useful, which is
Yes.
late game overflow item optimization. So when I
Yes.
say late game overflow item optimization, basically I'm referring to how do you improve your board on non-full sets of items, basically.
Yes.
What I will say is the main thing you try to do straight up is you try to get utility off your carries. That's like the number one thing. Like right behind completing sets of items is get utility off of your carries. So here, I would
Ah.
actually be like totally fine. Like I think here I would go Morello Leona is what I would go. Leona's
Mhm.
spell hits in like 2 or 3 hex radius,
Mhm.
and it and what was I gonna say? And Like the Morello gives a little bit of HP. It's like okay on Leona, right? And I would
Right.
I would put the Morello on Leona, and then I would put another damage item on the Yumi because the damage from Yumi matters quite a bit, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like quite good to have damage on. I mean, like have Yumi is like your dual carry in this comp, right?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
she does a lot of damage. So if you can get like Morello off the Yumi, that one's pretty good.
I see.
Um, yeah, but this applies like to basically any general situation. If you like get in spots where um you have like not a multiple of 3 items, you start looking to get your utility off your carries and try to put it on someone reasonable. So
Right.
in like Jinx, you can try to get LW off of Jinx and then put it onto like Varus or whoever is fine. Right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
can you can put it onto Varus just like as one item because the utility items are much better as singular items or as like weak duos than
On your primary carry.
than regular items are or on your primary carry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here, what would you try to do to accomplish that?
Double dual gauntlet Yumi, and then
Yeah, double
move the
GG is great.
runner.
Yeah, you would
Mm-hmm.
double jewel gauntlet Yumi, or you can even reforge the cloak to try to fish for like a belt for guard breaker or a rod or a tier for a full AP item. Those would
I
be totally fine.
see. I
But if you're
see.
just trying to get things done, you would remove her, put Morello on the owner, and it'd be totally fine.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Oh, yeah. So combining those things. So if we pull out the list already, role management we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
item mistakes we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
positioning we talked about a little bit, and then I think the last one was like end game board. So here, when I look on this end game board, these are not always avoidable, but like one thing that's good to do if like you feel weaker than you
Mm-hmm.
should be, you can kind of look at your board and figure out, what are the things that I could try to have improved somewhere, right? And here I look at the 2-item Leona 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I see this should not have been prioritized, basically, right?
Right.
So, and like double shred is you were right. Double shred is fine, but double shred is not fine when you're giving up one of the good slots in your Yumi,
I
basically.
see. Because we could have
So that would have
made
been
a better item. Like,
yes, exactly.
if we only
Yeah.
had cloak and rod left over, then like whatever. But we could have made Yumi stronger, so that's why it was bad.
Yes, exactly. Like if you have cloak rod left, like as like yeah, let's say like if you have to make it, you have to make it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like it's there is utility in having double shred, but it's not more than having it on the main carry
I
or having
see.
a better slot here. Yeah, that's right. One other thing, which is positioning related.
Mm.
This is only relevant to this set, but I will say the way you're positioning slingshot here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who made this positioning?
No, I just.
It was me.
Oh, wow. You're a
Yeah,
genius.
I invented this while I was playing a game. But I'll tell you what's happening that's going wrong. And I think I
Yes.
have exactly how to do this. On the left side, this is
Humble
totally fine.
brag. Oh, because
The
I
left
know.
side,
No, I know what you're gonna say. I don't
what?
have the units that don't move. Like if
That's
I
not what I'm
put
gonna say.
uh uh
That's a smaller thing.
uh. Okay, tell me
Okay,
actually.
I'll tell you. Actually, I'll show you. Watch
Okay.
where your recon go. Okay, where do you want your recon to go here?
Onto the set
Onto the set? Where?
and push him to the backwards.
I don't think you can push the set backwards. Where do you
Okay.
want the recon to be?
I don't know.
Okay, so the place you want the recon to be, the point of this positioning
Yes.
is to put recon in a spot where the enemies will form a little circle around him
Yes.
that will then give Katarina like a kind of
pocket.
merry-go-round to get onto the back line.
Okay.
Is what you want to happen.
Uh-huh.
So if let me just position it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
So how did
Mhm.
it even come about?
Yeah. So how did I like discover this basically?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was like pretty common before to position something like this. Or like
Yes.
this. This is fairly common. Um, or like this, like either this or this or this or this.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem I would notice is that people would pretty frequently position their front line like this,
Yes.
or worse yet, they would position like this. And what would happen is the Rakan would dash into the middle like this,
Mm-hmm.
or like this, or like this, which doesn't accomplish anything particularly useful, right?
No.
Because the whole point of this is that, well, like the benefit is, well, he tanks, but it doesn't do anything more than that, right?
No.
And like the units will wrap around him, but like the units in the corner will still be safe,
Yeah.
right? Because like even if something walks up to here, there's still no direct access here into this corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I thought about is, okay, the problem is that Rakan is dashing from the outside into the middle. What if
Mm-hmm.
you could have Rakan dash from the middle into the outside? Which is how
Oh.
I started blocking Rakan like this, and I would notice that he would dash more often to the side like this. So you end up
Ah.
like here, or end up like here, which is pretty good. And then if you make it a little bit longer, if you make it a little bit longer like this, then you can actually kind of reliably get Rakan to be dashing into here. And if he dashes here,
Ah.
I notice the units start walking backwards like this, and then you just instantly get onto the corner um, like this, basically. Like it's very easy to kill a unit in the corner. Whereas if you position like this, and then this dash here, and the strong tank was here, it was actually the corner unit was well defended.
Yeah.
It's like this literal one hex of space that makes all the difference in this
Ah.
situation.
Uh-huh.
That's how I came up with this, basically.
I see. So you want Rakan exactly in the second row, second spot.
Yes, exactly. That's where you exactly want him to end up.
I see.
That's
Uh-huh.
so you would want him here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Behind the
unfortunately,
jet. That. Okay,
yes.
yes. So what have I done wrong here?
Okay, so this one, I think, okay, I believe you lost the 50-50 here, but there's ways to deal with that happening.
Right.
And here's what I'll say. Well, okay, honestly, here I think you straight lost the 50-50.
So it was a bit
But
RNG, a little bit.
that one's a little bit unlucky.
Okay.
But okay, honestly, the result of this is fine. It is unlucky. But the issue is that the Rakan, the angle. Okay, even if you didn't lose a 50-50,
Mm-hmm.
you still could have gotten a bad hex. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because okay, I think your Rakan is okay. In short, it's one too far to the right. Because if it shoots like this, if you were like here or even here, I think it literally could have shot into here. I think it could have
Right.
dashed past the Udyr into this spot. This is like kind of weird. The fact that they have the Lee Sin here actually messes it up a little bit,
Right.
in ways that I would expect that they don't understand. But it actually blocks this hex from being directly dashed to, which is kind of interesting.
So against this
But
person specifically, he should have been one more over because of that Lee.
no, in general, like I actually think the punish might not exist. It's really complicated. But
Okay.
basically, your Rakan should be only ever on the middle hex for the right side, or one hex to
Ah.
the left for the left side, basically.
Okay. And
Yeah,
why is
that
that?
the reason why is because of the angle. So if we take a look here, if the Rakan is here, and its target is a unit sitting here, which
Yeah.
it can be, right?
Mhm.
It can be. It's literally it's a 50-50 if it ends up here or here. It can bias right or bias left, right? If
Oh
it
my
biases
god.
left,
Mm-hmm.
you're not making it. There's no wrapping going on, right? Like it's not happening, right?
Yes.
But if you bias right, then this can happen, and like maybe this will walk back. There's like some situations where this unit will walk back, right?
Oh my god,
Um,
I see. Uh-huh.
which wraps. Now the issue is if your Rakan is here, there's no straight dashing, right? So it has to like bias right or bias left,
Oh my
and half the
god.
time it'll bias left, which is
Mm-hmm.
bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
The quick fix is you put it here. It can't. I'm pretty sure it can't bias left, so just straight dashes into that hex.
I see.
The only reason it can bias left here is because it's like exactly equal between here and here, but it wants to go in a straight line towards this unit and end up here.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm understanding the theory behind the positioning. I see.
Yeah. Even if this unit walks out, which can happen, it's still better to have this unit here because you can like get here and like scam it sometimes.
Yes.
Whereas that cannot whereas that is much less likely to happen if the Rakan ends up here, basically.
I see. I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the difference between this hex and this hex on this side, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And yeah, that's the main thing. The other thing, or there's one more thing is if they have a unit here, which is also pretty common,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually 50-50 if they end up targeting this unit or this unit. And if it targets this unit, it can still end up here, which is fine. But the better hex to end up on is this one,
Yes.
which is okay. I think it's either more likely or it's just better on this one. It might be the same odds, but yeah, just put it here anyways.
Just middle on that side and then one
Yeah,
over for the other side. I see. I see.
yes, exactly. Because right is this side, the middle is right side biased, is how you can think about it. Like if you don't put any units like here, it still goes right side. In fact, for right side, I always like the position like this. Like the Yumi can be here pretty safe.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So
Oh, I mispositioned, but thankfully that was fine. I the fight.
Yeah, you won that one anyways. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think those are the main setup things that you could have done for this game, and like
Yes.
these things all happen a lot actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is that cat game broken down into all the fundamental things you could have done better.
Mm-hmm. Which is
All right,
like
cool. Any questions?
any questions? I think I asked all my questions as we went.
Cool. Yeah, they were great questions.
Yeah, not necessarily. I think it's just so interesting that every time there's something that I could have done better, there's like a multitude of different paths that the game could have taken depending on what I had done better, but then they all add up into the same final board, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you're gonna get to the same board.
Yes.
But like the real actual game, right? The real actual game is managing your resources until you get there. That's where the game is. Otherwise, you're just playing solitaire, kind of, right?
Right.
So we take a look. We'll take a look at an early game here. You end up playing Star Guardians. I haven't watched this game yet.
Okay. I had some very, very traumatizing games today. So
all right. So the other thing I'll go over is early game, because I think early game is like really important and like would benefit a lot from going over. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
What is the point, or what do you have a guiding rule behind how you pick your units here on stage 1?
Yes.
What would that be?
Hold the good units. Hold the pairs.
The good units, yeah. Yeah, hold the pairs.
Hold the good units, hold the pairs, and hold the units that can use your items.
Yeah, cool. That's very good. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
To make the best possible opener.
Yes, correct. Exactly.
Okay.
Right. You want to make the best possible opener in your hand you can, because well, that's how you gain HP basically. All right, I just saw something interesting. All right.
Okay.
So here we get dropped a Xin Zhao, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you dropped a Xin Zhao. Okay. So from this point right here, you want to. Okay, we agree that you want to make the strongest opener that you can get to, right? What is your strongest 3-unit board right now?
Strongest 3-unit board.
Mhm.
The 2 bastions
Or
and
4-unit board actually is better.
4-unit board, 2 bastion, 2 sniper.
Correct. Yeah. So you didn't know you had this, which is why I think it's like fine to field these, right? But you don't want to be selling any part of what makes your strongest 4-unit board.
Yeah.
Simple as that, right? So you don't want to be selling the Shen here because like the thing in this game is that like it really, really heavily rewards being the strongest player in the lobby, like the strongest one or kind of the weakest one, but mostly the strongest one, right? Like if you're like 8% weaker and you lose one fight, the other guy's spot is way, way better than yours, basically, right? Like they have a lot more, they just have a lot more gold than you as a result. So you want to as a default, be holding everything that is by far the strongest, or like clearly the strongest, and then you'll learn some of the rules for like pulling back a little bit and holding some other outs, but not like even then, 95 to 98% of the time, you're just supposed to hold whatever's the strongest that you can get to.
Yeah.
Basically. All right. So what I think fielding the Ezreal pair is fine. So once you're in this spot,
Yeah.
what do you think you're supposed to do?
Pray for gold, 2 gold.
Ah, okay, cool.
And if
Rule
you
number 2.
get
You
dropped,
know how the orb system works?
no.
Okay. So I'll tell you. There's a guaranteed minimum of 6 gold you get across stage 1. And I'm going to turn this back on.
You always get 6 gold.
No, you always get at least 6 gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're guaranteed at least 6 gold. The gold can be distributed in one of 2 ways as the guarantee.
Okay.
You can get 6 on 1-2, and that will come in a blue orb. Or you can get 2-2-2 on 1-2, 1-3, and 1-4 in the gray orb.
Oh.
So what I noticed is that on 1-2, you saw a gray orb.
Yeah.
That's a gray orb, right? And it had 2 gold in it, right? The 2 gold, small note, the 2 gold can be like a 2 cost, 2 1 costs, or 2 gold, 2 actual gold. The 6 gold orb can be 2 3 costs, a 3 cost in gold, 6 gold, like just in coins, 3 2 costs. Those are all possible, right?
Right.
You could get more, right? It's possible to get more, but you should not expect to get more.
Okay.
Don't expect to get more. So here, when you said pray for gold, that's when I knew that you didn't quite know how this works.
Yeah.
So understanding how this works, the moment you see, yeah, here I think it's like here you have to kind of make like a it's like kind of a contextual decision. It's like not clearly obviously right all the time. But I like on this patch I would hold Nar Sivir and put it on the board. The reason why is because I have a bow. Yeah, because you have a bow and like Nar is the best holder for all the bow items compared to Ezreal. Ezreal is also like really weak without 3 Battle Academy active. But those are not fundamentals. That's like you have to know things about the units. But I would play Nar Sivir, and then I wouldn't have ended up in the spot where I have the two Ezreal stuck on the board.
Yes.
But that's fine. So you get to here. Like feeling these is like fundamentally fine. Like you go in the next set, you don't know what's going on. If you feel the pairs, it's good.
I see. So
right. So but once
I should know that I get gold, basically.
You should know you're guaranteed at least 2 gold, and you should know that it's pretty likely you're only getting 2 gold here.
I see.
All right, so why is Kennen better than Sivir?
I hate Sivir.
I mean, like I don't like Sivir too. I also don't like Sivir, but the chance that Sivir is on your strongest board right now, right?
Yes.
Like here's the thing: you want to hold, like here's the thing, you're kind of holding a bit wider, right? Like
Yes.
you're holding like if I like kind of wide.
Mm-hmm.
It's much better to really aggressively hold narrowly.
Mm,
Like that's why I'm like how many units of these go on the same line? The
mm,
Ezreal's on a different line. The Aatrox, the Kennen, and the Zin are on different lines. The
mm.
Gnar is like kind of on the same line as like the Aatrox, but not really. It doesn't do anything without Mundo. And like I actually like right now, you have 0 units that share any traits together, which is not good, right?
Not
So
good.
like what you want to be holding very aggressively narrowly. So
Mm-hmm.
like the ideal hold is you're holding the Zen and the Shen, 2 Bastion, I got
Mm-hmm.
those, and then you hold the 2 snipers, and I
Mm-hmm.
have crew. So I have 3, like honestly, like honest to God, you want to really prioritize having the most number of traits together on the same line,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's like very, very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lucky here with this. But yeah, you actually could have yeah.
Yeah.
And like even with that 1 gold, you can still hold a something, right? And I think the something I would hold would be the Aatrox because you would hold Aatrox with Gnar because if you hit a Mundo, then it'd be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know you might find a Mundo.
I see.
All right, we'll do the exercise here. What what is your best 4-unit board right now?
Right now,
Mhm.
Nah, Mundo, Aatrox.
Mhm.
Um, Aatrox.
Sure. Aatrox is good, or Aatrox like GP is kind of okay as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you want to prioritize holding those. So you get gold here in a Reforger. Yeah. So here's an example where you could actually hold a little bit more narrowly once again,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a chance. There's some chance you get to a board that plays GP and like 3 mech or something, right? Like that's
Reback.
possible.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So because that can link into, you want to link. So like you're kind of catching my drift here, right?
Yes.
You want to like connect everything to like your big clump of units that you can,
Yes.
and always prioritize that more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
I
so
have a tendency to hold the units that I prefer.
you like, yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
That is very fair, and you can it's actually totally fine. It's totally fine to do that to an extent, which what I mean by
Oh my goodness,
is like,
Froden, thank you so much for the raid. We're
wait, who
doing
rated you?
Froden raided me. We're
Oh, that's
doing
hype.
some coaching with Broseph right now. Thank you,
Hi,
Froden.
Fortnite viewers. Oh, super nice. Anyways,
Sorry, yes.
back to the informative stuff. No, it's all good. Um, it's actually totally fine to soft or even hard lean the units that you like because you think those units are good and you're good at playing around them and it's easy to play around them. That's actually totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say one thing in addition to that.
Yes.
You so what would you say that are the units that you like on this
I
patch?
I like Bastions.
You like that? Okay, so we're okay. Anyways, you like that?
Or
Which one cost? Let's go through one cost.
one class, I like to hold Aatrox.
You like Aatrox, all right?
I like Rao,
Rel, okay.
Neferi.
Neferi, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably like I always hold those ones.
Okay, so you like these guys.
Yes. And that's because I like to play Star Guardians.
Mhm.
And then I like to play Soul Fighter. And
Okay,
then
yeah.
I like to play Jugs early game. So I feel like those are why I hold those.
All right, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, if you do that,
Yes.
it's totally fine.
Okay.
What I was going to Wait, if that's the so you like okay, if that's what you like, you just gotta field them. That's it. Like if you like these units, you gotta like show the game that you like the units. And here's what I mean, right? On
Okay.
this turn, if you like those units, that's chill. Just put them
Okay.
on the board. So like here, you
Mhm.
would put you'd put the Aatrox on the board, you put the Shen on the board. You're saying
Mhm.
I like Bastions and I like Juggernauts. That's what I want to play, right? So you
Okay.
put them onto your board, right? You can't like if you like those units, it's cool. You just have to lean into playing off of them,
I
right? Like
see.
you lean into playing off of them and you lean away from playing the other things to not get trapped in something that you think is not strong or that you don't really like, right?
I
So
see.
the two tenets of that are put those units on your board and
Mhm.
then aggressively sell whatever is not that and like
Mhm.
like grab whatever can go with those units together, right?
Mhm.
And the rule number 2 for playing narrow openers is if you can make interest, just make interest and only hold the units that you like.
Right.
Like don't hold units you don't like to without making interest. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think I once got told to only put one course on stage 1 on your board, and so I've always done that.
Okay.
So I think sometimes when like someone tells me something, I like stick to it a bit too seriously.
Sure, that's fair. Do you know
Mm.
why they told you that?
Like because like if you need to sell to make 10, then you don't want like a 3 cost randomly on your board. Like you might want to
Do you
sell.
make 10 really often when you're being drop stuff?
Only
Like
in Scuttle
let
Puddle.
okay, what about here? Let's say you got
2 6 2
it's
3
it's
costs.
possible you can see another 6 cost orb. Like
Uh-huh.
sorry, it's possible you can get dropped the gray orb in 2,
Mhm.
and it's possible that you in addition to that get
Mhm.
dropped a $6 blue orb. Like that's also possible. So
Mhm.
let's say you got the 2, like you're plus 2 and then you're also plus 6, for
Mhm.
example. Would you sell?
There's only like one scenario I would sell is where I've already locked in my line selection.
No, but like this spot would you sell?
No.
Okay. If that's the case, just throw that rule out the door because you
Okay.
wouldn't sell here. Like there
Yes.
are people like okay, there are some people who like if this was this who there are some people on some patches or even a lot of patches who would sell there and it'd be totally cool. In my opinion, um if you wouldn't sell if you wouldn't sell if you don't think you're likely to sell here, just throw
Mhm.
that rule out the window,
I
basically.
see. I
Um
see.
I will say that here's the situation that I would say that you would want to value that rule.
Mhm.
The situation where you would want to value that rule is if you had like, let's say this was like a Syndra
Mhm.
and a Rel, and we're back in the Star Guardian patch, right?
Mhm.
If that's the case, then the chance I sell if I see another 6 gold plus 2 is really high because I just want to play Star Guardians, right? I was doing this, I was personally doing this a lot on the patch.
I
I
see.
want to play Star Guardians. I want gold.
Mhm.
These units are good, the strongest in
Mhm.
the game. I don't need anything else, right? Like when Lulu wasn't strong back then, right? I'm just gonna sell that.
Mhm.
Like heavyweights aren't really that good, no matter what I see. I get dropped those. Like I get dropped Lulu Darius. Just you just snap sell it. That's it,
Yeah,
right?
I see.
It's it's when doing that. It's when it's when there are like severe imbalances in um opener strength
I
and
see.
comp strength in the game, that
Mhm.
becomes a lot better to do. That's kind of like an advanced thing, but
Mm,
you can do it for sure, right? Like if you think that there's one comp with one opener and one line that's a lot better than everything else, you should be selling a lot more aggressively
I see.
compared to when the game is a lot more balanced, basically.
Mhm.
Because well, the reason why is because if you hold more units equals more flexibility, basically.
Mhm.
Because if you have more things on your bench, right, and you're giving up an interest for a turn or two, right, and you see that like you're like 3 or 4 way contested on Jinx, right, you can be like, oh, I've got the Gnar, I've got the Juggernauts, I can kind of play this into Volibear and I'll be fine, right? But
Mhm.
if you if you already full sold already and you only held Syndra Rel, right? Um, and so there's a bunch of people playing Star Guardians, and you only hold more Star Guardians. There's not much you can do, right? Like
Yeah.
my line only goes into Star Guardians. I can't pivot, right? Or I'll have to lose like a ton of HP and then I'll just die, which is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So understand that more units equals more flexibility, and uh more econ uh equals less, it's less flexibility, but you have more power, or like more gold basically on that line.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. So that's like the theory behind why you do it.
Yes, that's why you would,
I
because
see.
it would be exactly the 6 gold orb. Like if you
Yes.
put a 3 cost on the board, and you got another 6 gold orb, then you literally cannot make the gold, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
impossible.
Mm-hmm.
You would have 9 gold on bench. So you wouldn't even have the option. But if the option is useless if you wouldn't do it, right?
Yes.
So if you wouldn't do it here, then don't bother with that rule. Make sense?
Makes sense.
And I think that when we're like this late into the set and the game is like fairly balanced,
Mm-hmm.
I think that not planning to make gold, I think just fielding the units you want to keep the most is like the way to go.
Yes. That makes
All right, cool.
sense.
All right, so I think we went through that. We'll take a look at how the augment goes. Okay.
Very
Can
interesting.
you talk me through your evaluation of
Yeah.
these augments?
So I don't think I'd ever pick I'll be the head. So
Sure,
I
I
would
agree.
insta roll
That augment's
that.
really weak, yeah.
And then I was looking at my items and my board, and I was considering what kind of line I wanted to take. And in this kind of opener, I would already lean towards Star Guardian.
All right. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
So you're
Go ahead.
you want to lean towards Star Guardians.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
So
a
you roll
person.
this,
Oh,
yeah.
no, no, go ahead.
Okay. So here's what I'll say.
Yes.
This may seem kind of trivial,
Yes.
but you need to do more of your, or not need to, but it's better to do more of your augment processing sooner. And what I mean by that is,
Yeah.
you know for a fact you're not clicking I'll be the head, right? It doesn't matter what you scout and see, you are not picking I am the head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, you snap roll this one,
Mm-hmm.
then you probably roll one of these two as well, because, and the reason why I say that is because you should be, well, the rule number one, you want to get more quickly to where the real decision is going to be. The
Right.
real decision is going to be where you're going to be picking between some of your options, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not at the picking stage yet. We're still in the rolling stage,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you want to try to finish your rolling if possible here. And you would really only scout is if you're considering rolling away something that you could pick because of something that you might find, or something that you might see in the lobby,
Mm-hmm.
for example.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you an example. Let's say this was like, let's say this was, let's say this was, let's say heroic grab bag, right? This one
Mm-hmm.
was heroic, for example, right? Instead of this one. If you if you have like a cat here, for example, right?
Yeah.
And you could take heroic here, right? And heroic would be pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But that you would be much less happy to take it if someone was already cat, right? Like someone types in cat, they got like 9k cat, they have like radiant like Zanya's on it already, right?
Yes.
So they're not gonna pivot. Then you might not want to take heroic, right?
Right.
Then that's when, like, if you're picking between heroic and like, let's say you could take hard bargain here, right? And you thought, all right, if I'm not playing cat, hard bargain's the better one. It's not, but let's say it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you would scout and then roll away heroic, right? But most cases, that's not what's going to be happening. What's going to be happening is you want to get to your rolling stage first, and then you want to look to scout for things that would change how you would make your decision.
I see.
The thing is here, I don't know what you're looking for. Do you know what you're looking for here when you scout?
I'm looking to see if anyone else is playing Star Guardian, I think.
How? It's too hard. we're 8 seconds into augment selection. Anyone could be Star Guardians. Anyone that doesn't look like they're Star Guardians could be playing Star Guardians, and
True.
anyone that looks like they are playing Star Guardians could not be playing Star Guardians.
Yeah.
So,
I think
and
I'm
like if
also
you
like thinking about my option while looking at their boards, you know.
that's fair. If you're truly doing that, then that's totally fine, right? I just wouldn't want you to be losing time making like kind of a hard augment decision because you're looking at other people's boards. You're not thinking about it enough.
Yeah,
But
like I think I'm like confused, so I'm like stalling a little bit, you know.
all right, cool. So you said you were confused, so you were stalling.
And
Like
then
you're
I just
stalling
roll
for
good.
chat, or what are we stalling for?
Like
For yourself,
stalling
or
because for me, augment selection is the scariest part of the game because I
okay,
think
yeah,
is where I'm the weakest.
sure.
So when it's like patient study or the lock carousel one, to me like
Mhm.
I actually don't know between either. So when I roll patient study and I see a better option, I feel like really relieved that I can then roll the carousel one. But like say the roles were reversed and these
Mhm.
were my two roles, patient study or hard bargain, I'm like I would like choose in the last second, you know, because I really don't know out of these
Okay.
two.
That's
Yes.
fair. Is that related to like us scouting the first 8 seconds, or like that's a separate thing?
I always do try to scout. I think it's more like a checklist thing, like I'm meant to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do it mostly here, like I'm just delaying. Like I'm thinking like hard bargain, patient study. Do I want to lose streak? Do I want to force Star Guardian? That's like my thought process.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair, pretty reasonable. Um. All right, cool. That's fine. I will say that it's usually much more useful
Mm-hmm.
to
Finish rolling.
it's much more useful to finish rolling first and then scout at the end,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when you can like actually tell
Mm-hmm.
what people are that's when you can actually tell what people are going to be trying to play,
I see.
because they might take a Star Guardian augment, they might take item augments and slam their items already, right? So that's more
Yes.
useful at the end. And also you should the 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 thing is, yeah, basically that I think that also the kinds of things you're scouting for are like a little bit off, I think. Like here's what I'd be
Yes.
scouting, what you can reasonably scout for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you have a reroll line, you
Mm-hmm.
want to check that no one's on that line, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. B, if I have a lose streak aug, the lose streak augs are a lot better if you're solo lost streak, right? If you have calc loss, you don't want
Mm-hmm.
someone else to have calc loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would
Mm-hmm.
look for that as well, right? And you would devalue it more if someone else was taking it. Um, if you're trying to win streak, like
Mm-hmm.
with like say for example you want to take call shot, or even if you wanted to take like an item
Mm-hmm.
and try to level, you want to scout around the lobby. If the lobby is really strong, then
Mm.
you devalue that, right? And if the lobby is really weak, you can try to like level or like pick something that makes you strong and kind of scam it. So like if you're taking like Warpath or Story of Seven and you want to take those,
Mm-hmm.
you'd want to look around first to see that the lobby wasn't very strong.
I
So you
see.
look for like can I win? Do I have to lose streak aug and other win streak augs, for example, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Bill the Bud is a lot better if someone else doesn't also have Bill the Bud, because you're more likely to 5 win streak if no one else has Bill the Bud, basically, right?
Yes.
Cool. That's what I would those are like the list of what I'd be looking for.
I see. Mm-hmm.
And that's what's like kind of reasonable to look for, I think.
Yeah, so I went raining gold because
Green gold is fine. Hmm.
I was like the units I have on the board are like pretty, it's like a fine opener. If I two trick, I
Uh-huh.
could like really have to pivot direction and then, you know, like I had no items ready to slam either, so
Mhm.
I might have a strong board, but then I might not slam my items and then that would be undervaluing it, so I just took the gold.
Yeah, cool. I think that's fair. I think if you wanted to play narrowly, raining gold makes a lot of sense. I
Okay.
think it's totally fun. Yeah, if you want like yeah, if you want to play narrowly, this is totally fine. If you want to play a little bit wider, you would take two trick and play around what you get.
I see.
All right. it's a little bit late because about fruits because fruits will be removed soon.
Yes.
But s- I'll say that a lot of things that give you a lot of things that give you flat damage or flat stats tend to be better early. So
Uh-huh.
like spiky shell is actually I think one of the best ones you can have on Mundo early
Right.
because like this one it basically comes down to a math equation. Like this just gives you like a dummy with like I don't know like 400 yeah, like 400 something HP.
Mm-hmm.
This one gives you 40 armor
Mm-hmm.
and gives you some damage when something hits it. I think this just ends up with like the best combination of damage and tankiness.
I
Um,
see.
yeah, this is just like this is real good. Like if you look at this one, like I think it's per stage, but it's not. Okay. Per stage, yeah. Like it
Mm-hmm.
does scale per stage, but this thing's a lot better early. Like it's really OP in like the first 4 rounds,
Oh, I
3, 4
see.
rounds,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a lot weaker like later into the game, like stage 3
Mm,
onwards. Okay, we get onto this. That's pretty good. Um, oh, this is like one of the useful things I could talk about near the end of this, which is do you what items what items do you want to make out of these components?
um, probably like IE, and then
For each of the components.
oh, like in best case scenario would be like
Yeah.
Shojin IE GS.
Okay, cool. Like you want to make Shojin IEGS here. All right,
But
that's cool.
realistically, the tier will
Uh-huh.
probably be a tank item.
Okay.
Make IE
And
and
how
play
many
around bow.
Okay. How many different items are you willing to make here, do you think?
Um, willing to make red buff. I think the
Okay.
IE is the only one that like.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Um okay. Here's hmm. I'm trying to figure out a way to see if I can help you like expand kind of your
Yes.
understanding of items, which I think I can. I'm just trying to think of the best way the best way I can do that, which is here's what I'll say.
Uh huh.
There are some units, most units in the game are quite good and quite close in power with a rather wide variety of item sets is what I'll say.
Right.
So for
Right.
example, Jinx I think can use like a half a dozen or like a dozen to a dozen like different items in mostly fine combinations with each other. Like there's a lot of good sets
Mm-hmm.
of items on Jinx in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And for most units like that, and I think it's the same for Volibear. I think it's like similar-ish for Samira.
Mm-hmm.
I think uh what else? Yeah, we'll stick to those ones. Um, but because that's the case, it's good to try to understand or try to know all the different items that are like good or acceptable to make here that don't result in your unit becoming very weak. So for example, if I have a Hodge and a Jinx with no crit, I would consider that to make my Jinx pretty weak, is what I'll
Right.
say. Like that's like makes it quite a bit weaker. But I don't believe that Ginsu makes the Jinx that much weaker. Or sorry,
I
no, not
see.
Ginsu, sorry, Last Whisper.
Okay. Uh
I
huh.
think Last Whisper is pretty good on Jinx. We're gonna say something?
No, no, no.
Okay, yeah, like Last Whisper is pretty good on Jinx. Um, what else? Yeah, last Last Whisper. I think Nasher with IE is actually fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think like as you mentioned, Red is good. Uh, Ginsu's makes it a little bit weaker. Guardbreaker with IE is pretty good. DB is good. Kraken is good. So there's a like there's like a lot of items that I think are like pretty good on Jinx, and there's like it's you can look it up here. You just look up, you just like put Jinx in here. You can look up, all right, Jinx 3 items, what items are good on her, or like what builds are good on her. You can kind of see that like these items are all pretty good, right? Like there's
Yeah.
actually like not a huge issue with quite a wide variety of these items from
Mm-hmm.
looking at them. Like okay, like you can, it also just tells you what's really bad. Like QSS is fine, like Eon's actually pretty good. Second Eye is okay, and then like you can notice like the terrible stuff. Like that's probably terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like second Ginsu is probably terrible, and like regular Ginsu, one Ginsu is okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you mentioned like a combination of like 3 or 4 items. There's like almost double that are good, I think, right? Like Last Whisper is not bad at all. So what the way I would expand your mindset here is, I don't know if you would have been able to tell me all of that before I asked or before I told you,
Mm-hmm.
but for when you're like studying or like just looking in the stats, right? Like I assume that's how you learn good item sets, right? Or
Yes.
watching or yeah. So like if that's what you're doing, try to observe what are like kind of the acceptable items
Mm.
on the unit.
Mm-hmm.
And those will almost and be very open to making them because making more items early has an immense amount of value because well,
You win
if I
more.
have an item and you don't, I will beat you if our boards are similar in strength, right? So you
Yes.
want to be winning as many of these rounds as possible, and winning all pours into being able to generate gold and generate HP, which is kind of how you place higher in the game, basically. Like if you take, like I think there is like a very tight correlation, if not causation, between the number of average components on your bench and like your LP, basically. If you have I think the person with fewer components on their bench
Mm-hmm.
will just have more LP because they're just winning more rounds here and there, which means they're just gonna be placing higher in their games.
I
Make sense?
see. I see. So in this case, for me, because my thought process is like, if I click the gold augment, I have a weaker opener. I greed the items
Mhm.
because I'm losing anyway, and then I can make this.
Mhm.
But so
Here's the thing though.
mm-hmm,
I'm saying for this champion,
mm-hmm.
uh
You can just make the last whisper.
yeah, because it's not just it's like even if you don't think Last Whisper is this, which it literally might be,
Yeah.
um, it's like it's all about trade-offs, right? Like if you
Mm-hmm.
greed for there's 2 things. When you greed, you're saying, I'm gonna make up more HP somewhere because the combination of items I'll have later into the game will be better, right?
Right.
You're saying like I'm greeding the item because I will make better items in the future, right?
Right.
But the item can't just be better in the future. It has to save you more HP than making the item now. Otherwise,
Right.
you just lost HP for no reason, basically, right? Like you could slam LW and save like honest to God, like 15 HP or maybe not 15, but like you can slam LW. Actually, no, I'll say you can slam LW, go for a tank belt item and save 15 HP now,
Mm-hmm.
or you can slam or you can wait to make this and save 9 HP later. That will
Mm-hmm.
usually be how it comes out to, basically, I
I
think.
see. Mm-hmm.
Um uh and there's also no guarantee that you're right is the other thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you the thing is you not you could be right that this is the best set of items, and I think you like approximately are, but you might be wrong or not like fully know how close the other item sets are. And usually it's like pretty close unless you know that there's like one really, really important item on the unit, which you say is IE. I actually don't even think the IE is that important. But if we
Mm.
look at the builds here, like we look at 3 item builds that only contain regular items, the ones that do okay, this is actually a bad way to filter it. You want to do by frequency and then look, all right, yeah, this is BIS. This is good. What else is
Mm.
good? Like this, like that's pretty good. This is actually very good. This is pretty good, right? Like this one's pretty good. Um, this one's good, right? Like there's a lot of pretty good builds
Yes.
out there, right? And so if like this only makes sense to do if you make more HP back later. And here's the other and if you don't, then you lose HP basically.
Yes.
And then you lose average placements. The other thing is you don't have to end on any of these items that you make. There's
Yes.
always like options to move it off. Right. So here you could end up with like LW on volley, and that's totally fine, right? Or you could put it on the Xayah later, like in the end game when you have 7 full items, right? And that'd be totally fine as well, right? The value, like what you're trying to do in the game is you're trying to make all the decisions that result in you saving all the HP where you can everywhere is the aim that you want to have when you're approaching it. When you're approaching it from a way that tries to like yeah,
I see.
yeah, it's like you want to do that because that's what your opponents aren't doing. If you're doing it and your opponents aren't doing, you're like squeezing water out of the stone basically. Like you have more HP than your opponents because you're squeezing it here, you're squeezing it there, you're squeezing it there. You do it like 10 times in a game, you're up 25 HP and you're just guaranteed top 4. That's what makes all the like really good players really good, right? Like you look at their board, like it's just too often that their boards are just a bit better and therefore they're saving more HP across the course of the entire game.
I see.
That's the idea here.
I understand because you're basically saying, like Jinx is a unit that can have many different item combinations, and Last Whisper is not even a bad item. So there's why read it when you can slam the items, save some HP now, versus if you're playing like Janna Kabuko, where you need specific items, then it's very acceptable to greed in this spot.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like there are units that will be very like Akali is like really specific on items, right? And even then you still want a tempo, right?
Yes.
But the important thing is that your board is pretty good and it can win. So because it can do that, then you want to be trying to win when you can, basically, right? Like if your board, like the thing is the Janna board is kind of incapable of winning early a lot of the time because Janna without mentor is not very strong. So that's like if you can win, you should, and if you cannot win, then you greed, because that's like the kind of greeding is like the compensation you get for not trying to win, but it's better to win when you can.
100% understand.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bigger thing is, or not the bigger thing, but the other big thing about being able to slam LW is that
I would have 2 full items.
Yeah, exactly. The snowball effect, right?
Yes.
You'll have 2 full items. You'll have a tank. You'll have a full tank item,
on my
and you'll have
Rel 2.
a last whisper here, right? So like here, you would kill 1 more unit, so that's 1 HP here. You probably win one of the rounds later. So as long as you're not like on full loss, like you don't want to grief your full loss, basically, or sorry, you don't want to grief your 5 or 6 loss.
Yes.
But if you're not on 5 or 6 loss, you want to win wherever you can. The HP is worth it, basically.
I see.
So you win this one, and then let me full screen that. You level for this,
and then I lose.
You might even still lose this, but I think if you made a tank item, you would have. If you made a tank item, you would have, I think, killed 2 more units.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you would kill the Garen, you'd probably kill the Rel.
Yeah.
And also, this is kind of a more in-depth thing, but also like understanding which items are good on which holders is like a really big deal as well. The easiest example I can think of is if you're on Syndra 2, and you want to play Jinx, right? Which you can. I assume you played that line before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which items do you want to make? It's not the IE, right?
Don't make IE.
So like IE, okay, so it shouldn't be.
You should have made the Shojin.
Yeah, the Shojin is real good on the Syndra 2, right? And the GS is real good on the Syndra 2, right? Those are both great items in the Syndra 2, whereas the IE is not so great. A similar thing exists for Xayah. The reason why you see like I don't know if you've watched many pros play lately, but like you'll see, especially if you watch Worlds, there'll be a lot of people who really like Kraken, and the reason why is because Gnar is the best early AD holder, and he is really good with Kraken. He stacks it fast, and that item, if and early game fights go long, and if they go long, you basically have 2 items in one. You get 60 AD and 40 AF. That's really, really good. Similar thing with Xayah. Xayah's a good holder. Xayah's pretty strong, and Xayah's a lot better with Kraken than she is with IE.
Yes.
Because she does a lot of her damage through auto attacks, and IE has like basically always been like the weakest first item you can make.
Yes.
And the reason why is because it gives you kind of like a unique multiplier in the crit, but the amount of the 35 AD is a little bit low, basically.
I see. So that's like another reason why you would stray away from greeting for the IE, because it's also a bad item for our current damage dealer.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and it's actually pretty common that the good late game items are a little bit are kind of not as good early.
Yeah.
Right? Like they actually, it's pretty common that like the late game like Sunfire is not a good late game item. It's a great early game item.
Yeah.
Like it's not Biss, but like you can have a Sunfire, right? Like Ginsu's not great early, but it's like really good. Sorry, it's not great late on Jinx, but it's really good early on like Xayah or like Gnar. Like it's very strong early. Yeah, exactly. So I want you to try to play like more flexibly around your items. And like at least try practicing that, because that's like really the king of the king of winning, especially like early set and like on these like early patches and stuff. Knowing how to play and practicing playing dynamically around what your items are, instead of like going for like a specific set of items in most of your games.
I see.
And trying to like understand the kind of different items. You'll make mistakes along the way by not following like these specific builds, but like you can learn off of those experiences, and that will allow you to grow and become a better player for sure.
I really understand.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I really understand. Like, because actually this was a really close game, and it was a very hard top 4. So I can already understand, like, if I had made a different item set on stage 2, I could, already be like, I don't know, 6 or 7 health. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. All right, cool. Shall we look over one more opener and call it?
Yeah. I'm so down. Yeah, because I think actually my stage 1 is my weakest. I feel like when it comes to level 8 comps, execution is fine, and from stage 4 onwards is fine.
Your knowledge is fine.
I think my line selection is very weak, and my augment selection is very weak.
Okay, so we'll take a look at this game, line selection, and also take a look at the augments, all right?
Okay.
All right, what are you thinking about when you see this?
I have no thoughts. I think that's the issue.
Wait, take what I told you. I just told you something that's relevant here.
Oh, right. So, okay. So I need to hold all the units, like as many unit crossovers as possible. So I want to pick up the Callista and sell the Sivir.
Sure. Do you have to sell the Sivir?
Do I have to sell the Sivir? No. I got dropped 2 gold. So
correct.
2 gold will be coming.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So if you want to keep this, you can hold on to it as well. You don't have to sell it right away.
Okay.
Great.
I got it.
I hate Sivir. No, I don't like Sivir either.
Okay. I was a bit stressed then, because if it was a cat game, I needed the Ezreal, but I didn't want to sell in case it was a Soul Fighter game.
All right, this again. What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about what items I want for cat, and what my board would be on 2-1.
Are you already committed to cat?
Yes.
What if someone else is cat? You just still cat or what?
I think someone else is cat.
Okay.
So am I meant to Hold the Lux.
Here's what I'll say you're meant to do.
Yes.
You're meant to hold yeah, the Lux would be okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you the answer yet. I'm gonna ask you, what would you do on this turn? Like, you're gonna get 2 more gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you prioritize holding here?
Buko and Lux.
Kabuko and Lux. Do you play Janna on this patch? I should ask that first.
A little bit, but without tier, I wouldn't consider it.
Oh. What if you got a bow here? Is that not enough?
I would start to think about Akali. So I should hold the Kabuko Jana.
Okay, no, that's fine. If you do you think it's a bad comp or you just don't play it or what?
Actually, I thought it was a really, really bad comp until
Okay.
today. I had a decent game on it, and then
Okay.
I reconsidered it. But actually,
Sure.
from
No, what you're saying makes sense. Yeah, if you don't think it's good, which is totally fine, right? Like you won't. I mean, A, you can play what you like and what you're better at, but B, you won't always have the right read, which is fine, right? I don't always have the right read, so like you will you can hold the Kabuko makes sense for sure, and holding the Kabuko Lux actually fully follows the logic that we'd be going down that we've kind of gone over, which is that's your true strongest board is Kabuko and Lux, had like gives you the best chance to make your strongest board, so that's good.
Okay.
I will say what you should try to do is you should try to, instead of fielding only one cost, prioritize fielding one line. So here,
right,
I would field this because if you get dropped a bunch of gold and then want to make econ, you'd want to have one line to all hold and sell everything else instead of holding 80% of one line and holding one garbage cat and then selling like something else that you kind of wanted to hold. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like yeah, I mean this is kind of the cat line, to be honest, but yeah. It's actually good. This ended up good, I think. Okay. Augment time.
Yeah.
So
I heard Evil Beyond Measure is bugged.
it's bugged?
I don't know. I don't know.
How is it bugged?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Someone said it's bad or it's bugged. So I just stay away from that one.
Sure, that's fine. Honestly, good enough. You know enough to not click it.
And then Tiny Team, very bad now. So roll that. And then cloning, not great in my spot. So roll that.
All right, so we're just rolling all of them. Honestly, fair enough.
And then Pilferer, very, very bad.
Okay, I agree.
I'm doing the thing where I rolled one and then scouted again.
Yeah.
I think it must be a habit.
Okay.
Very not happy.
Okay. Reasonable.
And then it's definitely not 3.
Yeah, okay. This one's reasonable.
So I just go crowns. But then I don't think it's great for me.
Okay, so someone's cat. All right, so now what?
Now I must play an AP line. Oh my god, this might be the Janna game, actually. Wait.
Oh, perfect. That would be good. You're supposed to play Janna here, in fact.
Yeah, I nerf myself. That's okay.
All right, cool. This is pretty good.
Yeah, like by going crowns wool here, I kind of forced myself into AP line. So if I had gone best friends, I would have been more open.
More open.
Or is it always Janna then?
Yes, you're right. You would have been more open. I think it's better to play Janna there, but if you don't like Janna, then you would just if you don't like Janna, you should never take the rod there. I think you should just take best friends and just chill and play for
Ah,
an AD comp
I see, I see, I
if you don't
see.
like Janna.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's good. Good. All right, cool. That's good. Looks pretty good so far. I think you picked. I mean, I assume the reason why you picked this
Mm-hmm.
is because an item augment early is stronger than a combat augment early, and it gives you access to a rod to make your to fit with your AP units, right?
Yes. And also, actually, I picked it because when I go best friends, like the thought of playing best friends cats, very stressful.
Oh, you're trying to play for a cat. Yeah, that's fine. I think that is reasonable too. Yeah.
Because positioning is not my forte either.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Uh, okay, so you won the round barely. Now here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
the way that you greeted for Jinx items,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of should have done here, and the reason why
Mm-hmm.
is because okay, honestly, what you do here is fine. Yeah, honestly, what you do here is fine. I'll say that I would wait one turn for the augment because there's actually a lot of augments that kind of alter the course of that alter a bit what you'd be playing. So
Right.
like another one is kind of big here. Okay, honestly, in this spot, there's not that many punishes, but I don't think you were thinking about that. Basically, right before, especially the 3/2 augment, there's a lot of things that can give you items that would change potentially what you would want to make, is the
I
idea.
see. Uh-huh.
So if it wins you the round, like it's actually totally fine here because it wins you the round. You
Mm-hmm.
would have 6 lost, which means it's actually totally fine to lose
Mm-hmm.
this round, and in fact might be a little bit better to lose this
Mm-hmm.
one round because it's a very cheap, like this guy only has 4 units on board, right? It's a very cheap 6 loss.
I see.
Um so I would have slightly preferred to like wait one round to see if I get like an augment that changes how I would make my items. And the reason why I say that is because in Janna especially, you really, really want 3 Janna items as fast as you can. But
Mm,
but the way you slam is fine because we'll get the 2-item Janna and then hopefully 3-item Janna off of 4-1.
I see.
All right, here. Your analysis.
Definitely not unceasing. Don't
Yeah.
have drugs. Um, and then for me, I'm quite stressed because so like one's econ, one's combat
Mhm.
is slamming like do I how much does that help me in terms of my spot right now? I guess like I'm playing reroll. I'll want to level up at some point. Doesn't really
Mhm.
help me right now. So I go for combat. I don't feel that happy taking it.
Yeah, that's fair. Um I think for 2 cost reroll,
Uh huh.
and this is like a general rule, if the portal doesn't give you a lot of gold somehow,
Mm-hmm.
you really want to take 1 econ somewhere. And I
Yeah.
think Slammin is actually like great here
Mm-hmm.
because especially if you didn't make the items, because then you could potentially get on a second Janna item right now, which would be great.
I
Right? Like we
see.
could be on like
It could have
we could
been a
be on
bow or and yeah.
yeah, it could have been a bow. Yeah, it could have been a bow or it could have been a sword, and we can make like a better we can make a better front item for a Kabuko, right? It could have been like
Mm-hmm.
it could have been Sterax Garg with the belt
Mm-hmm.
to make our Nasher later into the game, right? So that would be pretty good here. But anyways, here I look at this spot and like it's 2 cost reroll. The comp's kind of expensive. The econ is good here.
I
Like
see.
combat here, especially when you don't have like this combat that scales off of like how many units you have,
Yeah.
is not really all that good. And this comp, it's kind of hard to know this, but like this comp benefits a bit more from having more damage, like damage oriented augments, because the
And
comp is like kind of lower
defense.
damage.
I see.
To be fair, I think the damage augments are just a little bit more powerful than the defensive augments right now, so it might not be fully because of that reason, but Either way, I think Slammin is like a perfect fit, especially if you have more of the items open.
I see.
So now you have to take Noble Sack,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's not like terrible. But you kind of notice that having 10 more gold here would have resulted in you having like kind of 10 more gold in the bank
Yeah, I had to
after you
roll
roll.
really deep for the mentors.
Good. You win this one. Okay, we're just gonna take a look at the 4-2 augment. I assume you just econ back up to 50, right?
Yes.
And you take a tier.
Yes.
All right. No tier. Oh, we got the tier.
Yeah, quite
That's
lucky.
pretty lucky. Body change is good. Your board is good. You know that stuff. It's good. Uh, I want to look at our 4-1. Oh,
Oh, this was
interesting.
one of the
Okay.
games, yeah, where we got dropped loads of items.
Okay. So you get a gold orb here, or a Prizorb? Prizorb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know what the best third gen item is?
GS?
It's Nasher. Okay, you just didn't know that. Okay, that's fine. The
Ah.
best third item here is Nasher.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and I'll explain the reason why. Because this is actually transferable. There are some number of units, especially if their trait gives them like a lot of offensive stats.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a number of AP units that exist that like 2 mana items, like Nasher Blue.
Right.
Usually those ones have like kind of quick animations and get a lot of stats from not their items. In this case, Janna gets it from Mentor. She gets
Mm-hmm.
like 35 AP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another unit that's like this is I think Lux.
Mm-hmm.
Lux gets a lot of stats from both sorcerer and what is it? And Soul
Bullfighter.
Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually likes to go two mana items as well. I'll tell you some of the
Right.
exceptions to illustrate them. Rise is an exception because his cast time is really long. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore 2 mana item is not as good. You want to make because the cast is long,
Mm-hmm.
it's more efficient to just go damage.
Mm.
And it's same for Karma. Karma's cast is also quite long.
Mm.
So you don't want 2 mana items on either of those units.
Okay,
Um,
wow. Mm-hmm.
so that will carry into the next set as well. So if there's like AP units with fast casts, then 2 mana, and they get base stats from somewhere, 2 mana will probably be better. And if they're slow cast, you probably don't want 2 mana.
I see. Uh-huh.
And here you make GS, should have made Nasher. You make Warmogs here. Okay. Here I think you pop these in the wrong order. I think here you should for sure be popping. I'm of the opinion that you should pop always the most valuable ones to the least valuable ones. So
Oh,
like the
okay.
full, I would go like or an item and like radiant. Does that even exist? Yeah, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
radiant armories exist. Like you go radiant armory or like radiant lucky chest into Orin items, Orin anvils into regular anvils into components because these are like the most flexible and like
Ah.
the you want to mold your big valuable items around or you want to use your smaller items to like fit around what your big items is because
Mm-hmm.
this is less flexible than everything else.
I
Like if
see.
you saw a void staff out of this, you want to take the void staff and you wouldn't want to take a void staff out of these, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whereas the other way around, like it's a lot harder. You're much more likely to see exactly what you want out of these, which
Mm-hmm.
means that you should go for them second
I
because
see.
you can't get screwed from these, but you can get screwed from this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you kind of did get screwed
Uh,
because here, after you get to here, um, yeah, you kind of did in like a hybrid order.
yeah,
Oh wait, no,
no,
you're fine.
I think it was
You should have
like,
taken this card.
oh, I see. Because I think I thought what you thought after I popped the first small one, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
actually, I need to see what my big one is first.
Yeah, yeah, okay, cool. You got it right then. All right, here. Yeah, I agree with rolling left too. What are you defaulting here?
I You know what? I think I should get some money.
What kind of money?
2 5 costs. But I don't know, like I feel like I'm always very lost.
Yeah, that's fair. So so yeah, I agree. You want money here.
Yes.
And the thing is, whenever like there's like there's money, there's items, there's combat, right?
Uh-huh.
Like those are the categories that exist. However, they're not all created equally. Some will be very good for your spot, some will be not so good for your spot, right? And
Right.
you are 100% correct in figuring out that I want money here. The problem is how low quality of a money augment are you willing to take? I think dual Q is not that good here. What's the best money augment that you could see at the gold level?
The heroic grab bag.
Correct. Yeah, you would love to take heroic. I would take heroic and not roll the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. Anything else money wise that you can think of?
Rating
That's
gold.
good.
Can you even get that here?
Mm-mm. Not on
Um,
a 4-2.
like rolling for days.
Yeah, rolling for days would be excellent. Excellent. That would be really good at the silver level, but it's not gold.
Um,
Gold, there's kind of
gold.
nothing.
Yeah, just grab
There's
bag.
kind of nothing else. There's like grab bag and there's like malicious send 0 is like also okay.
Oh, that one really
Um,
scares me.
yeah, that one's kind of scary. It's all good, but yeah, you could do like malicious send 0 gold or just grab bag. Grab bag's
Or
good in 6.
reinforcement, actually, I guess. But I
Reinforcement
wouldn't
would be
take that.
decent. Yeah.
What would you take it as a full cost? Like a Casante,
S-
Jarvan.
Cassante, Jarvan, or Rise. I would take Rise as well.
So it's takeable in this spot.
Yes, I would think it's better than most other classes of augments in this spot as well.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, you're fully right that you need money.
Yeah, I don't end up taking thingy majiggy because there's no 5 cost I can use right now. So.
I mean, it's true that there's no 5 cost you can use, but like if you wanted money, you could just take the 10 gold, right? Like
Do you think it would have
could do
been better than blazing?
Blazing, you're not comparing it to Blazing. You're comparing it to you compared it to tons of stats.
Yes. So it was better than tons of stats.
I think it wasn't. I think tons of stats is better.
Okay. And then tons of stats versus blazing.
I think Blazing's better, yeah.
Okay.
So you picked this correctly. This is good. But yeah, that's what you want to think about. Like you want to know the classes that you want, and you need to know how good the stuff is in the classes, basically. Like Blazing is like the best combat augment you can see, period. And I think the issue with dual Q is that you're right, there's no 5 cost you can use, but I don't think that part's even that relevant. I think the more relevant part is that you don't really want items here because your items are kind of already outpacing how good your units are.
Because we got
Like you
that
kind of
Prism
want
Zaptic.
yeah, exactly. Like if there was no Priz Orb and you have like 2.5 fewer full items, right? Then it'd be great, right? Like you finish your 3-item Kabuko or 3-item Janna, that'd be excellent, right? But that's not what we have here.
I see.
Because you already have too many items.
Yes.
I lose around, win around. I think that's like all of the important decisions left. The rest is like some of the macro stuff that I think you're pretty good at. So we learned a lot of things today, yeah?
Yes.
All right. So what do we learn that we're gonna do better in the next? I don't know if you're playing more after this. Is kind of late in
Like
in your time zone, isn't?
the first 4. I think I'm gonna end stream, but I'm actually gonna digest what I learned.
Yeah, I mean the VOD exists for a reason, yeah. So it's
like the 4 categories,
yeah,
role management, and then 2 was item optimizations.
Yeah.
And then 3 was positioning diffs. And then 4 was capping the board.
Yep. and then we have like rule number 1: hold vertically, like your opener.
Yes, hold vertically, hold shared, I guess,
Yeah.
coexisting traits, and then I guess unless you're locking into one, that's the only scenario, right? If you're
Yeah.
in patches where one comp is much stronger than others.
Yep.
And then rule 2 is slam good items that can be used in the comp.
Cool. Yeah.
And 3, win if you can win.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Cool. I think you got it. Your memory is very good. All right.
Really? Do you think
Yeah.
did
No,
I study well?
no, you're a great student. You're a great student for sure.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I was like a really good student in school. I like studying.
I mean, it carries over. It carries over. It really shows. All right. So, yeah, thanks for having me on. It was real fun. Best of luck in the climb. Will you be going to Paris?
Thank you. Yes, I'm competing. It's gonna be my first ever TFT tournament.
Oh, super fun. All right, I'll be there as well. So I'll catch you around.
I will see you there. Oh, I'm really excited. And thank you so much. I know we ran over actually, so thank you for
No,
giving
no, it's
me
all good.
your
It's all
time
good.
today. It was like the most in-depth I've ever thought about League of Legends. I mean TFT.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad I could help. All right. For those of you in chat, I am a TFT coach. If you want my services, you can hit me up on Discord.
Yes.
I stream sometimes on Twitch as well.
Yes. Are you not streaming these days?
Uh I will stream a lot when live comes. I just don't stream Worlds Prep because like
It's
what am
the
I gonna do
tech.
streaming Worlds Prep? I don't know. I'm just sitting here at like 2 hours a day like VODing, and then I'm also doing like some other prep. But come the new set, I'll be live a lot.
I see. I see. And you always do boot camp as well, right?
Yeah, I think I might be coaching in boot camp this time, but that's a more of a secret thing.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah, secret
great.
project.
Yes, everyone should definitely check him out. Discord, Twitch, Twitter. Actually, like in my Google Chrome, my
Mhm,
like bookmark for Twitter is like your
mhm.
Twitter.
Oh, that's really funny actually.
Like, that's how I
Yeah,
access Twitter. Because like I would just go to your Twitter every time for the guides and stuff.
we'll have some more of those come in the future. All right, cool.
Awesome. Thanks
All right.
so much.
Yeah, no problem. You're very welcome. Have
Have
a good day. I'll catch you later.
have a great day and have a good dinner. I will talk to you
All right.
soon.
Thanks. All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, guys. We need to we need to download the little buddy bot. Can someone do that? Does anyone know how to add that to the Discord? I think we need to do that. I think don't end stream. Guys, it's like 11 p.m. and I need to eat dinner. And like, don't you think I learned like 3 hours, 3 million hours worth of TOT content? Just have the website perma up. Like, I've only just got used to using the analytics tool. You know what I mean? Discord invite. What is this? Is this an invite to my Discord or someone else's Discord? Yeah, like if you have it in your Discord clue, you can just type which one you need the. You can just type which one you need it for, and then it'll be fine. Let me shout him out. Oh. Did that work? Okay. I'm so tired. But I actually had so much fun. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I like actually love learning. Like actually, isn't learning more fun than playing? Cause like you actually like feel yourself getting better. Are you gonna stream, Clue? If you stream, I will raid you right now. Otherwise, we need to find someone else to raid. I take everyone right now. Everyone, guys, like, I know some of you are mostly joking, but like, seriously, if you need coaching, like, you should definitely seek out good qualified coaches like Broseph, because I think there's a really big difference between just like a high elo TFT player versus like someone that is an actual coach. Anyway, so let's raid someone and call it a day. Ashu, you want to start streaming? You got any plans tonight? Should we just, you know what? Let's raid Wajan. Why not? He's doing coaching right now. You can learn even more from him. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I know it's like really different content when we do our usual games, but like coaching helps all of us, and I think we all just learn infinite from that, right? Riveting is live. Go raid him. I always raid Riveting. Nice to raid other people. And since he's coaching right now, I'm gonna learn a lot from him. Okay, everyone, say kata, whatever. What is it again? Cat raid. Bye, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you again so much, Broseph, for the coaching today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. And I can't wait to get better at the game, honestly. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. I'm going to eat some dinner now and make some tea and edit some videos. Yeah. Bye, 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 bye.